love about Roanoke?
I love its people. I love the scenic view that you have. I love the interaction in the community, but more than anything else, it's the friendly people in the community.
What I love about Roanoke is the mountains. Coming from a big city, Washington, D.C., when I first moved out here, the mountains is really peaceful and calming. So when I have a bad day, I look at the mountains. I go to Mill Mountain to the Star and just think and really decompress from all the stresses of life. So the mountains for me.
The best thing about Roanoke is the people who live here, the people who make our community so welcoming and friendly and caring for each other.
The mountains. I love them. They're beautiful mountains. And the people, very nice. I like that a lot better than Texas.
I love the people. I love Virginia's Blue Ridge Mountains. But most of all, I love the privilege of making music here with the Symphony.
I particularly like that people are very friendly, but I like that there's a mix of city and nature. Like, I live about 1.5 miles from downtown, and there's a lot of animals around my house. And that's not something I really experienced when I was living in Georgia, and I lived in a more rural setting where there were tons of dogs and stuff around, but there wasn't a lot of shops and stores, and you could go see people. So it's nice to be able to go and talk with different people in the neighborhood, but also occasionally see the groundhog that lives in my neighbor's shed. So
I love that the city is small and everybody knows everybody, so it's kind of like we're all a big family.
The people, the beauty of the valley, and easy access to getting where you want to go.
What I love about Roanoke is the diversity and how people are so friendly to each other, and you can walk up to someone and they would just give you a smile and you smile back at them.
What does it mean to be a good citizen?
To become engaged, be involved in what's going on, volunteer, because if we're going to be a successful community, it's going to take everybody doing what they can do to make it better. So become engaged and involved in your community.
What it means to be a good citizen is to be involved and to be aware. You can't be a good citizen if you're not involved or aware of what's going on in your community. So the first start is make sure you're involved and aware of what's going on around you. That way, if you want to do something about it, you can, but you have to know what's going on before you can do something.
What makes a good citizen is staying informed, really understanding what's going on in the community, understanding the issues, and understanding where you can get involved and make a difference.
Integrity, honesty, truthfulness, and accepting people based on who they are, not where they come from, a position, a status they have.
I think being a good citizen can mean a lot of things, but for me, being a great citizen means serving something larger than oneself. The larger community, taking risks, moving into circles that one is not used to rolling in, and taking chances. For me, that's what being a good citizen is.
Caring about other people, but also trying to listen to problems that aren't yours so that you can help people who have different situations than yours. And also not trying to make your way of life how other people live.
In order to be a good citizen, you have to be humble and you have to be committed. Many of us get involved in things and don't always stick with what we're involved in.
I think you should vote, participate in campaigns for people who are running for public office, because I think it's more of a civic duty. And obey the laws as best you possibly can. And pay your taxes.
I think what it means to be a good citizen is just giving back to your city and just helping it in the ways that you can help. So,
what would you change about Roanoke if you could?
I would change elections. I would make sure all elections are held in November, then the municipal elections that we hold in May because of the low turnout. So if I could change that right now, that would be the main thing I'd change. All elections are held in November.
There is absolutely not one thing I would change about Roanoke. One thing I will say is we need to come together more often. It's better to fight an army than just fighting one. So we all need to come together more. We come together in unity, then I think there's nothing that this area can't do. So come together.
What I would change is making sure that everybody has a job that pays them something that they can really live on, that nobody is homeless, that nobody is in poverty, and that the United Way didn't have to work so hard to raise so much money to help people in need, because the needs would not be as great.
One thing I would change is it's a better relationship with the youth and young people, things to do, when the parents are not at home in the summertime. That's one of the things I would change. The activity programs is what I would change.
What would I change? That's a really good question. I think that if I could do anything, I would tell the world that Roanoke is a great place and that Roanokers have a more positive image of ourselves, not apologize for who we are. I don't want Roanoke to be bigger. I don't want it to be smaller. I want us just to be better at all the things that we do.
Well, if I could change anything, I'd probably want to change a lot of the income inequality, but I don't even begin to know how I would change that. But just, I know I have a lot of friends who struggle to make ends meet and paychecks, and not just in the newsroom, although that's a problem there too. So I, in general, like to see my neighbors struggle less.
I would change the amount of activities that we have for youth to do. Many youth say they're bored, so I would bring more activities for us to be engaged in.
I'm really surprised that the way people in this community get along pretty well together. It's trying to be as exclusive as possible. I'd like to see more of that. And hopefully we can get that. It seems like the days that we can, the days we can.
If one thing I could change about Roanoke, I would change people being so stereotypical, that judging people on the way they look or how they act. That's what I would have to change.
It takes the valley.
It takes the valley.
It takes the valley.
It takes the valley.
This is David Stewart Wiley. It takes the valley.
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 Welcome, everyone. Y'all look gorgeous, beautiful, handsome, stunning.
That if we're going to be a community that's inviting, and a community that grows, it's going to take every individual to do something. Because everybody can do something. And I would hope that we continue to do that and not be so critical. And the reason I can say that is because I'm at a lot of events, and oftentimes I'm hearing criticism about why they're doing that, what's the motive behind it. Let's support, let's encourage, let's inspire people to do those things that make our community better.
I want to say that this award is dedicated to the student who said, I woke myself up because I didn't have an alarm clock. Dug in the dirty clothes basket because nobody washed my uniform. Brushed my hair and teeth in the dark because we didn't have lights on. Even got my baby sister ready because mama wasn't home. Got us both to school on time in order to eat a good breakfast. Then when I got to class, the teacher fussed because I didn't have a pencil. I'm so grateful that we're surrounded by people who understand that education goes beyond the curriculum. And I'm so glad that there was a teacher who understood that they saw me in the lines of this poem. Thank you. God bless you.
Through my storm, you delivered me. You broke the chains that had me bound. About my storms, I tell my storms, what a mighty God you are. Storm, 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 storm. I serve a mighty God, yeah. thing. When we started Transition Options for Women, which is the only facility for women within 400 or 500 miles of Roanoke, I was told, you can't do this. This is Roanoke. And I told them, you're absolutely right. But I serve a God who can. He can, he did, and thank you.
Miss Hale got all of us because she told us we didn't have to speak. But I do want to say thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. This is an honor, and I give all the glory to God.
My trajectory towards this award was begun in tragedy with the death of a young member of my church. Accidental shooting death. And in the providence of God, this would have been his 12th.
Take it up.
Today would have been his 12th birthday. So I dedicate this award to Khalil Burke.
And I just want to say that the things that I don't do for show. I do them from my heart so that I can touch other people eventually.
I'm completely honored to be here. This is a tremendous privilege. This is an amazing group of community leaders, and to be part of this organization is amazing.
When you grow up in something, sometimes you're too close to it to recognize the true significance of it. Until I had someone that really, a dear friend of mine who I trust beyond measure. And she told me that you got to acknowledge who you are and why you are. She said there's no one like in Roanoke stand.
At this time, we're going to recognize our Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. You heard she was acknowledged earlier in the program. I am still in awe by her age and want to be just like her in about, let me think, 65 years from now. She is the editor, the publisher, the owner of the Roanoke Tribune, Mrs. Claudia A. Whitworth.
And thank you, Roanoke. Without you, there would be no us. So it's not what the world gives us in honor, praise, gold. It's what we do give the world that others may unfold. If through life we can one other soul unfold, then we've done what could not be made good with praise or gold. One tiny thought and tiny word could give a great one birth. And if that thought was caused by us, we've lived a life of worth. Thank you.
Our next recipient is under the division of media. She is an 11-year-old online journalist. You may have seen her on YouTube or many other forms of media. Please help me welcome for 3 questions with Ayla Rose, Miss Ayla Rose.
I would like to thank Ms. Hale and the NAACP for this award. It's an honor. When me and my dad were talking about what I might say tonight, I thought about what I've learned this year. I thought about how lucky I was to be me. And I thought about how every kid should be so lucky. Many of you know my mom. She is strong, beautiful, and the best role model a daughter could hope for. She has spent her life in service of others, and I want to be just like her. It's my dad, though, who is the reason why I'm here tonight. A little over a year ago, my dad and I were at Taco Bell in Brambleton, and I told him that I wanted to be a journalist. Not when I grow up, but now. The thing that makes my dad special is that he takes the dreams of those he loves seriously, and does whatever it takes to make them happen. Within minutes, he and I came up with the 3 questions idea, and he sent a Facebook message to the kindest person in Roanoke. Vice Mayor Anita Price gave me my big break, and it was on from there. I was a 10-year-old journalist. My grandparents, Umi and Abu, who are here tonight, taught me to respect and appreciate all cultures and backgrounds. They're Puerto Rican, and after you see my DNA test, I believe that I'm technically related to all of you. I'll tell you this. I am not extraordinary. Everyone is. I was and I am lucky. I have parents and grandparents and my sister Amora who love and believe in me. I have mentors like Anita Price and Brenda Hale and Pearl Fu and Sam Russell and everyone that I've interviewed. Chris Hurst, who won this award last year, taught me as much about life as he has about journalism. The Roanoke Valley has supported me, the people who watch my show, the people who give me a chance to tell their story. The magazine Growing Up in the Valley, where I publish my work, organizations like the Roanoke Magazine and Roanoke Times, WSLS, WDBJ, WFXR, and the United Way have all helped encourage and inspire me. I guess what I'm saying is that I've had the luck of being surrounded by people who believe that I can do it, and who have helped me believe that I can too. I will close with this. The best thing you can do for a kid, or really anyone, is to help them believe in their own potential. It's a gift, and I am so thankful for it. I accept this award on behalf of the hundreds of kids in our region who don't know where they will sleep tonight, and who need our community to see their potential too. Thank you all for this amazing award, and for believing in me and in each other.
Jason, how are you sitting there not crying? Oh my God. Okay. I know. I'm like, okay, Ava, I wasn't ready for all that. That was beautiful and well-deserved. Congratulations. Well, the rest of you guys who have to come up after that, I'm sorry. No pressure. You'll be fine. I'll cry for you too.
What happens when you don't vote?